we are going to do a vintage haul. I purchased 4 fragrances from Enchanté, and Anuj is the owner there. And he, in addition to the 4 bottles that I purchased, kindly sent me several other fragrances to test out. And in total, I have 14, 7 of which are female marketed fragrances from a wide range of years, and then the other 7 of which are male marketed fragrances, again, from a wide range of years. To be honest, I don't know much about especially vintage men's fragrances. So most of these things, if I have smelled, it's only because somebody in the past wore them around me. Basically, even with the women's ones, most of these I'd never smelled before. So I'm gonna give you, as a whole, mostly my first impressions. There's one that I have worn a couple times already, and I'll tell you that when I get to it, but let's go ahead and get started. Okay, first up is one from Giacomo, and it's called Parfum Rare. I think, so this one is an eau de toilette. I feel like there might be a black bottle, and I don't know if that's a different concentration or what, but this one is the eau de toilette that I have here, and we'll give this a spray. This one was created by Christian Mathieu, and this one is like, sort of like in the opening, a spicy bergamot kind of opening. I would say, yeah, it definitely has a lot of spices, florals, like rose and maybe iris in here. Although it could be, might be geranium, given kind of the style of it and the age of it, instead of rose. I'm not exactly sure. I would say there's definitely oak moss in here. Smells like woody, like vetiver. I'm not exactly sure what else. Maybe a touch earthy, so maybe there's some patchouli in there. But overall, I would say this is kind of a spicy, floral, woody fragrance, if I had to give it a classification. I don't think I love this one, but I need to wear it on skin. As a whole, though, it just doesn't seem quite like my style. So that is the Giacomo Parfum Rare. I'm gonna go pretty quickly through these because I do have 14 fragrances to talk about. The next one was like brand new sealed, but it did leak. It's not Anuj's fault. This is Fath de Fath by Jacques Fath, and I've had some like more contemporary fragrances from Jacques Fath, but I never smelled this one, and I always thought the bottle was pretty cool, so I ordered it. But I did smell this quite intensely when I opened the package, and I will tell you, I like it a lot. I think it just like over time kind of came apart in the box because it's old. And like I said, not anybody's fault. But yeah, I do like this. So this one to me is like, I will say the top notes have burned off slightly, but the dry down is fantastic. It's already, I can start to pick up a little bit more of the base. It's like sweet, fruity, like ambery sort of qualities to it. Definitely like benzoin and or vanilla. Tonka, it definitely has tonka in it. And then florals and citruses. I would say also, to me, there's like a touch of woodiness to it, but it's like this delicious combination of like these sweet, like maybe sort of juicy types of fruits. There's probably peach given kind of when this came out. And I would guess something like plum, maybe even in here. I'm not exactly sure, but yeah, it's like these juicy fruits and like vanilla and ambery qualities to it, tonka, some florals. It's fantastic. Big fan of Fath de Fath if you happen to find it. I don't know if there's different concentrations, but this one is an eau de toilette. So very happy with this, and will definitely wear that one. All right, the next one is one I have already worn a couple times, and I will tell you, this is a beautiful fragrance. It wears fairly lightly, at least on my skin, and although I like the opening, I definitely prefer the dry down of it. So this one is Jean-Louis Scherrer. I'm not exactly sure if you say Scherrer or Scherrer, but this is the eau de parfum. And let's see here, let me spray this. So this is more of like a green kind of fragrance. It was created by Josette Ramis, I think. So this one definitely has like a green galbanum quality to it. It's less green on my skin than it is on this tester though. This tester, it definitely comes off quite green. But on my skin, it comes off actually a little sweeter than what I'm picking up here. This has, again, quite a few florals in it. I think that the main thing that I can pick out in terms of floral is probably rose. I think there are other florals as well, but that's kind of what I pick up. So like in the opening, it's like green, citrusy, there's some florals, but there it is. There's the sweetness. It just started to turn. There's like this kind of sweet vetiver note in it. And I love it. I love that note in here, or whatever happens there as it starts to dry down. I think that there is like, kind of smells like oak moss, maybe some sandalwood as well. But yeah, on my skin, it goes slightly sweeter than it does on this tester, but it is still, I can already pick up some of that on here. God, it's beautiful. So that is the Jean-Louis Scherrer? I don't know. Scherrer? Oh. So the vetiver that goes slightly sweet in this reminds me of the vetiver that's used in Ducida Isara. These don't smell at all alike, but that particular, like when I just kind of waft it around my nose, I occasionally pick it up and I'm like, ooh, yeah, I know that. Oh, it's beautiful. So that's that one. And then I've always been curious about this one, although I usually see the square like Eau de Parfum bottle. I've seen a few different people talk about that one in the past, but I have the Molinard Habanita Eau de Toilette, which is the like first version of it. The Eau de Parfum came out later. And this one, let's see here. This one has some fruitiness to it, but also this is like deep and dark compared to everything else so far. Ooh, I would say, yeah, this one is like fruity, floral, but then leathery and vanillic and ambery. I like this quite a bit. It does have sort of a smoky quality to it, and even maybe slight powdery nuances. Yeah, it kind of smells a bit powdery, a bit smoky, not like campfire smoke, like cigarette smoke. Not in a bad way though. Maybe the tiniest bit spicy, but not like clove cigarette spicy, not quite like that, which is the only type of cigarette I ever smoked with some regularity when I was dumb and 19. Don't smoke, guys. It's bad for you. Anyway, oh God, I love this. It gets more powdery as it dries down, and it's just kind of a deep, dark, sexy fragrance. Yeah, I like this. So thus far, really the only one that I don't particularly love is the Parfum Rare from Giacomo. But the other three that I purchased, I really enjoy quite a bit. So that's good. All right, let's move on to some that Anuj sent me very kindly. So the next one here is another one from Molinard. It's called Molinard De Molinard. And I think there's still like an updated version of this in like some cutesy little bottle that they have now. But this is the Eau de Toilette, and I would guess based on the packaging, it's a fairly old bottle. I don't know for sure. But let's see here. I don't know what to expect from this at all. I did a little bit of research on the ones I bought ahead of time because, you know, it's smart to do. But the rest, what he sent me, for the most part, basically all of these, I have no clue what they're supposed to be like, really. Ooh, this is different. This smells like it has black currant to me. It's slightly green and like green and white florals, but not indolic at all. Just the lightest touches of some sort of very wispy kind of white floral in here. And then I would say there's some sort of like the tiniest bit of sweet incense. So this to me overall is sort of airy, but like with this slight bit of mystery, if you will. It's not like deep and dark like the Habanita is, but it does still have some sort of sultry allure to it, even though overall it is kind of more of a green fragrance. Yeah, I'm kind of a fan of this. I would say this probably has some patchouli in it as well, but almost like a slightly chocolatey kind of patchouli. Yeah, it's a really interesting combination. It starts off very green, but then it has some of these like sort of sweet woody qualities to it as it starts to dry down. So that one is the Molinard De Molinard. I'm definitely gonna give that a try as well. So that's really nice. All right, and then next we have, I don't think I'll like this one, you guys, but we're gonna give it a try anyway. This one is Vanderbilt by Gloria Vanderbilt. I kind of think I've smelled this before. It has a little swan on the bottle. There you go. And I think this is Sophia Grossman. Grossman? I don't know how you say her last name. But let's see. And this is an eau de toilette. I don't dislike it. I thought I would dislike this because I was pretty sure that this is a white floral fragrance. I would say it's fruity, like pineapple-y, or maybe not pineapple, but some sort of like slightly tropical fruit, but it doesn't smell like a beach perfume. It smells definitely floral woody. I would guess there's some aldehydes in here, but not like Chanel No. 5 aldehydes, just a little bit of brightness and even like kind of the aldehydes that can give a little bit of a fruity sort of vibe to it. A little bit of cinnamon, I think it smells like. Yeah, something powdery, sweet powdery. It's not bad, actually. I was convinced I would hate this, but that's not too bad. So that one is the Vanderbilt Eau de Toilette from Gloria Vanderbilt. And then we have, this is the cutest thing that he sent me. Oh my goodness. So Rudy actually from Time to Musk Up just bought the Cristalle Eau de Toilette. And again, this is technically marketed towards women, but it doesn't matter. I got this little mini of it that Anush sent me, and look how freaking cute this is. This is the cutest tiny little ball I've ever seen, and it even has like the double C on the top there. Oh my God, I love it. But let me take this off, and it's kind of small. We'll see what we can do here. All right, so here we go. Cristalle Eau de Toilette from Chanel. Oh, and this is Henry Robet, I think. Oh, this is nice. This is like, it almost reminds me of like citrus with fresh cut grass. There again is something sort of like a warm wood to it. It's like some sort of wood that has a warmth to it. It smells like you're outside with like green grass. You have maybe, I don't know, like the zest of a lemon, and you're standing next to a honeysuckle bush is what this smells like. And you can smell the wood from it as well, and it's hot or warm. Ooh, I like this. Dang, that's nice. Good choice, Rudy. That was a nice pickup. I might have to get this. I don't know. I'll test it on skin. I don't need anything, but my God, that smells really good. So that is the Eau de Toilette of the Chanel Cristalle. And again, so freaking cute. All right, so let's start off the men's fragrances with this one. It's called Oscar de la Renta pour Louis. And to reiterate, I know nothing about vintage men's scents. So we'll do the best we can here. This one smells very much like juniper and some citrus, and maybe there's something herbaceous in here. I would say lavender's in here as well. Probably some sort of floral, it seems like. It's kind of clean, maybe a clean musk is in here, something soapy. Although at the same time, it's like clean, but maybe there's like something sort of leathery about it. Yeah, I would say it's kind of like I said, there's definitely like a juniper sort of feel to it that's fresh, herbs. It's bright, it's citrusy, a little bit floral, a little bit leathery, but overall smells very clean. It's fine. Not my favorite thing I've ever smelled, but you'd smell good. You'd smell clean if you wore this. It's not like kind of the clean soapy stuff that's around now though. It's like more, I don't know. It does smell like it doesn't smell old by any means. I could see like a younger man wearing this for sure, but it doesn't smell like the stuff they put out nowadays, that's for sure. So that one is Oscar de la Renta pour Louis. Okay, so next up is one that I have heard the guys of Fragcom talk about before. This is Paco Rabanne pour Homme, and this is Jean Martel, the creator of this one. So let's give this a smell. Ooh. I like this. This one smells maybe like, it's herbal. I would guess there's rosemary in here. Probably like rosemary, lavender, woody notes, something just a touch sweet and ambery maybe. It still smells clean, but not in a soapy way. So I'm guessing there could be musk in here, but still very clean smelling. Yeah, I like this. That would be a nice fragrance, I think, on men for like summertime. So that is the Paco Rabanne pour Homme. Okay, and then we have Azzaro pour Homme, Eau de Toilette. That's what this guy looks like. This is created by Gerard Anthony and Richard Wirtz. And again, I have no clue what this is supposed to smell like. This one has some sort of like slightly sweet spiciness to it. It might be anise. Citrus again, herbal qualities. This is nice too. I would say this is woody, spicy, citrusy, lavender. And I kind of get tonka. I think there's some tonka in here. Has a little bit of that sort of almondy powdery thing to it, but this is not like, as a whole, it's not powdery. And I would say this one has some musk in it too, but a little bit more skin-like musk, not as clean. I like that one. That might be my favorite of the three so far. Let me see. The Paco Rabanne is nice, but yeah, I think I prefer the Azzaro pour Homme of those three thus far. All right, let's move on to these 4 decants that Anuj kindly made for me. This first one is called Aubusson Homme, and I think I've smelled maybe something by this brand before, but I don't remember what. Oh, this smells like juniper right away. It's green, it's bright. Again, touches of like citrus and some sort of spice. I would say there's patchouli in here, but it's not like, it's only like a touch, maybe a little bit earthy. And again, I would say there's kind of like this ambery, musky quality, like a manly musk in here, if you will. Yeah, I'm a fan of that one. I still think I might like the Azzaro more. I don't know. I like them both. So that's Aubusson Homme. And then let's see here. Let's do this from Cartier. So this is a vintage bottle, or it's a decant from a vintage bottle of Santos by Cartier. And I have smelled very few Cartier fragrances, period. And I've never even heard of Santos before. Oh, this is a different style from the last few. It still, I would say, has lavender in it. But I mean, I feel like lots of older men's fragrances do. This one though, has like something sort of fuzzy in it. I don't even know, like, it's not mimosa, but mimosa is like the note that often gives me a fuzzy feel. This gives me that same texture, but doesn't smell like mimosa, but it gives me sort of a fuzzy feel to it. There's definitely some like pepper in here. I would guess geranium. It smells like geranium. Definitely like maybe like a vanillic amber sort of accord in here. Woods. That's not bad. Yeah. Again, like, it's not necessarily a love for me, but I do like that. And I think it could smell really good on a guy. I wouldn't wear it, but I think it would smell good on a guy. Yeah, so that is the Santos, or Santos, however you say it, from Cartier. And then we have, what's this? This is another vintage. This is vintage Jacomo de Jacomo. So let's try this out. I think this would be the Christian Mathieu then as well for these older, older Giacomo fragrances. Okay. My cat's over here snoring. Ooh. This one is brighter and lighter than the last couple. Almost as if there's like, I would say lime that's in here. It's like lime and spice. Again, maybe something herbal, something slightly floral. I definitely smell patchouli in this one. Ooh, that's nice. And I don't know, there's some sort of green, like a woodsy kind of green quality to it. Ooh, I think there's iris in this. Like, it smells like buttery orris kind of thing. Ooh, I like that one. Okay, so that's the vintage Jacomo de Jacomo. I don't know how it compares to the current one because I've never smelled any of them, but that might be maybe my favorite of all so far. I'm not sure. I like a lot of these. Anusha's done really well with picking fragrances for me to try because like even the one, that Gloria Vanderbilt one that I thought I would hate, I still like that. And the only one that, like I don't really love the Oscar de la Renta one. Oh, that smells a little different now. Interesting. And I don't really love this, this Giacomo one, but everything else I like. Okay, anyway. The last one is called Bowling Green, like the town in Kentucky. And this is by Geoffrey Beene. I've never, wow, wait, I've smelled, Gray Flannel's Geoffrey Beene, isn't it? I've smelled that. Okay, so, oh, this is nice. This is like lemon verbena is what it smells like to me in the opening. And lavender for sure. Ooh, there's like some nice, like a nice combo of like citrus and basil-y kind of. Oh, that's nice. I like this opening a lot. I would say this does feel woody as it's starting to kind of settle. Like a warm wood. Again, not like something cool, but it has some like warmth to it. So maybe like there's like probably an ambery base with some woods or something like that. Again, smells like sort of like green, like a fir or like pine tree, something like that. It doesn't really smell like pine, but it smells sort of like a tree. Ooh, I like this one. All right, so, and I don't think it doesn't say vintage, so this must be like what you can get now, if you can get, I don't know, maybe it's discontinued, but that's Bowling Green by Geoffrey Beene, and I think there's a chance that's my favorite of the men's ones. Yeah, I just don't really like the Oscar de la Renta one, but I liked all the rest, so that's awesome. Anyway, I'm sure that wasn't super helpful because, like I said, I'm not very familiar with men's fragrances in general, but especially with vintage ones, unless my dad wore it. But that's my primary experience with older men's fragrances. But hopefully you enjoyed this video. I will put the link to Enchanté perfumes in the description box below. It's not sponsored. I've purchased from Anuj a couple times now and been very happy both times. It's in Canada, but they ship to the US. You do have to pay shipping, but definitely, like if you're gonna get, you know, a handful of things like I did, I think it's worth it. So anyway, hope you liked this video. Lassiter's barking, so I think it's time to go. Thank you all so much for watching. Give it a thumbs up if you did like it. Subscribe, you know, all that stuff. And I'll see you next time. Bye.